Kinds of rocks. Rocks are natural deposits that form the solid part of the earth. Rocks may be as hard as granite or as soft as clay. Some rocks, like limestone, are largely composed of only one mineral, while others, like slate, are composed of many minerals. Wherever you look, whether in the mountains, canyons, riverbanks, or ocean beds, you will come across rocks. Rocks are of three main types: igneous rocks, sedimentary rocks, and metamorphic rocks. This is a cross-section of the earth. As you can see, the earth is divided into three layers. The innermost layer called the core, the middle layer called the mantle, and the outermost layer called the crust. All the three layers of the earth are made up of rocks. Due to the intense heat, the rocks in the mantle are in a molten state called the magma. Owing to increased pressure, molten magma is pushed up towards the surface of the earth. It then collects in crevices in the crust, cools slowly, and solidifies into rocks again. When molten magma is expelled onto the surface of the earth through a volcano, it cools and solidifies into rocks faster. Such rocks which form directly from molten magma are called igneous rocks. These are also known as primary rocks or parent rocks. Igneous rocks contain minerals like mica, feldspar, quartz, silica, iron, and magnesium. When the sun, wind, and rain act on igneous rocks, they are broken down into smaller pieces. These are carried away by wind and water and deposited in depressions on the surface of the earth. These deposits are called sediments. Gradually, as more and more sediments get deposited, they become layered. Increasing pressure and percolation of water cement these layers to form layered rocks called sedimentary rocks. Such sedimentary rocks, which are formed by the mechanical action of the sun, rain, and wind, are called mechanically formed sedimentary rocks. Sandstone, shale, gravel, and clay are formed in this manner. Water contains many dissolved minerals. As rain and wind add more and more minerals, and as water evaporates, the concentration of minerals in the water increases. As a result, minerals move down and get deposited at the bottom of water bodies. As this process occurs repeatedly, the deposition becomes layered. These layers join together to form sedimentary rocks. Such sedimentary rocks are called chemically formed sedimentary rocks. Common salt, gypsum, and potash are formed in this manner. When ocean dwellers like corals, mollusks, and others die, their remains settle down on the ocean floor. As this continues over a period of time, they form layers. These layers join together to form sedimentary rocks. Such sedimentary rocks are called organically formed sedimentary rocks. Coal, limestone, and chalk are examples of organically formed sedimentary rocks. Metamorphic rocks are formed from igneous and sedimentary rocks. Deep inside the earth, igneous and sedimentary rocks are exposed to high temperature and pressure due to volcanic activity or movement in the earth's crust. As a result, they undergo physical and chemical changes and transform into new types of rocks. Such changed rocks are called metamorphic rocks. Slate, marble and gneiss are some examples of metamorphic rocks.
Rock cycle. Rock cycle describes how a rock can change from igneous to sedimentary to metamorphic over time. Melted magma comes to the surface of the earth, cools and becomes igneous rock. This igneous rock undergoes weathering and is broken down into small particles. Then these rocks go down into the sea and are compacted to make sedimentary rock. This sedimentary rock sinks lower under great pressure and temperature. At the end, it deforms and becomes metamorphic rock, and the cycle will start over again. Due to the movement inside the Earth's crust, the metamorphic rock moves up to the surface. It gets exposed to weathering and breaks down into sediments. These sediments are recompacted to make sedimentary rock. The sedimentary rock first becomes metamorphic and then igneous, or may directly change to igneous rock by sinking down during the time of earthquakes. Igneous rock present on the surface of Earth sinks below due to Earth's movement and becomes metamorphic under high temperature and pressure. Therefore, in a rock cycle, rocks may change from one type to another and back again in any order.
Minerals and their types. Minerals are natural substances having definite chemical compositions and physical properties. They are found under the Earth's surface and are extracted by a process called mining. They then need to be processed from their naturally occurring states to obtain the minerals we require. Minerals are of two types: metallic minerals and non-metallic minerals. The naturally occurring state of metallic minerals is called an ore. All metallic minerals are found as ores. Some examples are iron, copper, gold, and silver. Examples of non-metallic minerals are coal, petroleum, sulfur, and mica.
Conventional sources of power. Conventional sources of power. Coal.
About 100 to 400 million years ago, parts of the earth were covered with huge swampy forests. Coal is a fuel created from the remains of these plants that lived and died. Coal is classified as a non-renewable energy source because it takes millions of years to form. It was the first fuel used by man. It was used in the steam engine to produce steam and is still an important source of energy, as it is used in power plants to produce electricity. Coal is mined on all continents except Antarctica. The largest coal reserves are found in the USA, Russia, Australia, China, India, and South Africa.
Conventional sources of power. Petroleum.
Petroleum or crude oil is a fuel in liquid form, found beneath the Earth's surface. It has come from a once living organism, which has transformed into what we now call petroleum. Petroleum is used to get fuels such as petrol, kerosene, and diesel, and is vital to many industries. The top 3 oil-producing countries are Saudi Arabia, Russia, and the United States. treasure from the earth. Petroleum rules the world. Almost all forms of transport use petroleum. Cars, trucks, motor vehicles, trains and planes are all powered by petroleum. A world without petroleum would come to a halt. Factories use this oil to make plastics, paints, medicines, and soaps. Petroleum is the most used energy source in the world. Petroleum is a fossil fuel. Coal, oil, and gas are fossil fuels. Over 85% of our energy demands are met by the combustion of fossil fuels. They are also the primary source of electrical energy in the world today. Some of the common items made from fossil fuels are detergents, synthetic fibers like nylon, polyester, plastics, paints, garden hoses, food additives, cleaning products, pesticides, nail polish, lipstick, shampoo.
Saving fuel not only saves money and reduces air pollution, but also helps to conserve precious natural resources that cannot be replenished for a long time to come. And we all know one major cause of burning fuels is use of automobiles which run on petroleum or gas. Here is what you can do to minimize the consumption of fuels, which are quite simple to follow. If you commute by the school bus, ensure your driver is not driving rashly. If so, bring it to the notice of your teachers and concerned authorities. Rash or aggressive driving not only lowers the mileage of the vehicle, but also increases the chances for an accident. Ask the driver not to keep the engine running at traffic jams and signals for more than 30 seconds. This unnecessarily uses up a lot of fuel and contributes heavily to air pollution. Ensure the vehicle you commute in is in good condition. Well-maintained vehicles are known to utilize fuel more efficiently and give better mileage. Encourage and practice carpooling. Doing so enables most students to arrive at their destination at the same time using up the same amount of fuel that a single person would have saved. If your school is situated at a walking distance, it is preferable to walk to school and back home. This not only saves the fuel, but also very good for one's health. In fact, walking with friends and classmates can make the experience more enjoyable.